Alright guys, what's going on? This is Second Blank here. I just want to give a quick little shout out to one of my fellow YouTube commentators out there. His name is That Gurger Guy. It is his birthday today, and I just want to wish him a very happy birthday. I just want to give him a quick little shout out because he is a very interesting commentator that will hopefully post more content out there. I really love his stuff, especially that rejection series that he has going on his YouTube channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will leave a link to his channel in the description down there, or I might have it also on the video itself. It'll be an annotation somewhere. It will be in a nice little green box up there. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe my future self will be like, no, fuck you, I won't do it, but whatever. He's lazy that way. I don't give a fuck. But anyway, guys, I'm here to give you some more Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary thingamabobbers, because that's what I decided to call them nowadays, or else I don't get cake. But of course, we all know the cake is a fucking lie, so I guess we're just gonna have to settle for cookies. I love cookies! They're fucking awesome! Fucking love all the cookies. Now, since I already did my rants last week, I decided to do a funny video this week, because that's the theme going on right now. And I don't know how long this theme's gonna keep up. I guess as long as I have more funny stories / more rants, which I always do. I have an abundance of those, unlike the amount of fucks I actually give, which is, you know, another story for a different time. Now I know you're asking, why are you posting early? You usually post like around Thursday, Friday, kind of that kind of area. And I'm posting in anticipation that I might have a busy schedule this week. I'm not entirely sure yet, but you know, I'm just kind of, preparing just in case, So therefore, if I miss like the Thursday, upload, at least I got the Monday done, so that way I don't have to worry about it. But I might post on Thursday anyway, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, I'm pretty much stalling here. I should get to the funny story that I decided to give you guys. Now, the funny story I want to give you is, again, another bike-related funny story. Because, apparently, me and bikes do not have a great, relationship with each other. I just don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is, and I'm just gonna have to accept it. It kind of sucks. But this kind of blew out my little biking career, as you want to call it. I don't know if you want to call it that, but it pretty much messed me up for the rest of my life in terms of biking, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Right now, you are here watching some nice Grand Bazaar, gameplay, which we totally, I guess, in a way, kind of steamrolled them, if that's what you want to call it. I'm not entirely sure. But we did win, which is always a great thing. But anyway, let's get into the story. So when I was about, I would say 12, 13, 14-ish, I hung out at my cousin's place a lot. Mostly because I like hanging out there. I like spending time with him. He's family. He's always a cool guy to talk to. And we were like close to best of friends as you could actually possibly get. Where he used to live, which he doesn't live anymore now, he lives in a nice old house with a dog and a white picket fence, if that's what you want to call it. I'm not entirely sure. But where he used to live, it used to be in an apartment complex, and behind the apartment complex used to be an alley. Now, this alley, I will tell you right now, is not the alleys that you're thinking of when you're in the big city kind of in that area. Because with these alleys, as you guys don't know, who don't live in these kind of neighborhoods, it's very much ghetto. That means there's no pavement whatsoever. It's kind of like pure gravel, dirt, sandy. And, of course, all kinds of shit going on in the alley, so, there's junk everywhere, and all that good stuff, which you will find in a very ghetto alleyway. Now, for you guys who are thinking, why would you hang out in an alley? Well, because of the alley being so ghetto and messed up, there's all this, bumps in the alley, which makes perfect for riding bikes down there, because the alley was in a slope, basically. It was in a downward slope. We were basically at the top of the slope in the alleyway, which makes it perfect for riding bikes because that means you're getting the maximum amount of speed. Plus, when you're hitting those little bumps in the alleyway, you get that kind of little hops that you always like to do in those bikes. And we can't really do hops at the time at that given point, but we like to hit these bumps and get some kind of air, which we always love to get in our faces. So we decided to just say, hey, might as well just ride these motherfuckers as fast as we can and hit these little bumps on the alleyway as hard as we could. And because of that, we always got a maximum amount of air at that alley. Now, of course, when you race down these alleyways on your bikes as fast as you could, time to time, you get kind of bored just riding and racing down these alleys. So what you end up doing was you start to develop these kinds of like little tricks that you like to do. Like, you know, like for me, for example, I developed a trick where I would basically stand on the seat of the bike and put my feet on the handlebar resting area, making me look like I can basically surf my bike down the alleyway, which is awesome if you guys have never done that. But I would recommend that you never do it if you're definitely new to biking. But I was a pro at that. And what my cousin loved to do was he liked to do wheelies down the alleyway because of the bumps that you hit. You gain air, plus you get to do you get to be on a little wheelie, which is awesome. No matter what, well, no matter who you are, doing a wheelie is like the maximum amount of achievement you can get on a bike. So when we go down these alleyways, we like to do these tricks. Now, for some given reason, I don't know why, our bikes seem to be gaining a lot of speed for some strange and odd reason. I don't know why it was happening this way, but it did. And we decided to say, well, you know, maybe it's a good day to ride down these bikes since we're getting this much speed than we anticipated. So we decided to ride it. And what ended up happening was, on this one little ride I did, I was riding as fast as I can. I was on the top, and I saw myself gaining a lot of speed. And I thought, oh man, this is gonna be perfect. So what I decided to do was I decided to feature a new little trick. It was a little bit of a sissy trick. I'll tell you that right now, because basically what I did was I did a little side saddle kind of thing while I let go of the handlebar. So it kind of looked like I was riding a horse kind of way, like, you know, all the chicks do. And I know, I'll admit to myself, it was a very girly move, but hey, it was new. I want to try something new. Maybe it was something a little more on the dangerous side than I would typically. But, you know, I was bored, so might as well just do it. Especially when we were going that fast. It was going to be awesome, right? So, I was going fast as hell. And I was not even like halfway down the alley. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do the side saddle trick. And decided to let go of the handlebars. Now, I kid you not, guys, as soon as I hit the side saddle, I hit like the first bump, and it almost threw me off balance. I thought, okay, I almost got this done. I just need to let go of the handlebars and then just be done with the trick, right? So I let go of the handlebars, and as like not even like a second after I let go, I hit another huge bump, and I basically got the maximum amount of air that I possibly could on that bump. And for you guys who don't know what fucking gravity does to you in physics, basically when you're up in the air and you're not doing anything to support yourself or like hanging on to the bike itself, you kind of separate from the bike. So I kid you not, guys, I was flying up higher than the bike was, and I was totally separated from it. I was like, oh shit, this is not gonna end well. And what ended up happening was, I kid you not, my ass flew first onto the gravel area and I skid across the alleyway. And you hear my ass scraping across the alleyway onto the gravel alleyway, which of course hurt like hell because I was wearing shorts and I basically did not protect my knees or not protect my legs, so I was kind of scraping my legs across the gravel alleyway too. And as luck would have it, there was a huge thick pole right where I was going, so my ass hit the pole first as the bike went the other direction and hit a really hard big gate, and it made the biggest sound you would ever hear in your life. It sounded like thunder crashing down at that alleyway. And believe it or not, that little fail turned into a win because me hitting the pole and the bike hitting the gate actually happened at the very same time. It simultaneously hit. So it looked like I kind of meant to do that, but of course I didn't, and I basically hurt myself trying to do this little stupid trick that I didn't have enough practice on. And of course, my ass was sore. Oh god, I can already hear the name calling. It's going to be coming on to this little video, but whatever. It was funny as fuck. My cousin was laughing his ass off because he could not believe the amount of shit that just happened right then and there. And believe it or not, you know, I wasn't really that embarrassed. I was kind of very surprised. It kind of shook me a little bit. I didn't really see the scrapings of my legs until after I stood up and saw it, and it wasn't too bad. It was only like a little scrape here and there. It wasn't that big of a deal. And of course, the bike was still intact. So of course, I kept on riding the rest of the day because when you're young and you know, when you're young and have all that energy, you can get up from like a freaking car crash and be all right, just ready to like run around the playground, some shit like that. But yeah, I ended up, riding up the rest of the way, and it was awesome. No, regardless of what happened with that little crash, it was still an awesome day. Now, I'll tell you what happened afterwards. After I finished riding for that day, I felt like a big pop happened on my knee. And when I went to look at it, it looked kind of weird because there was like this huge ass little bump on my knee, and it didn't look right. To my cousin, didn't look right. I showed it to my aunt, and she was kind of freaking out. So she kind of rushed me to the hospital at that point. So when the doctors went to look at it, it didn't seem that big of a deal to them because it didn't seem like anything was broken, nothing was really sprained or anything like that. He just said it was just a bit of a swelling, it wasn't that big of a deal. But for some reason, after that, I felt like my leg didn't feel the same because I tried to ride again like the following week. It looked like I could not pedal with my right leg because it was really that bad. And since, when you're a kid and you're walking around and running around everywhere, you don't really have enough time for your leg to heal, and it kind of permanently stayed that way. And it kind of sucked for me because I really liked riding my bike, right, during those times. But, whatever, it only means that I get less hurt from riding bikes that right then and there. So, I guess it was a fail and a win at the same time. I'm not entirely sure, but you guys let me know. But anyway, guys, since I see a theme going on with bikes nowadays, I want you to tell me, guys, your most favorite / your most embarrassing bike moment. I would love to hear it. I would love to see what kind of reaction happened afterwards because, of course, it's my favorite thing to talk about, if you guys haven't noticed. But anyway, guys, I think the gameplay is about ended. And, of course, we win! We win this game like we always do because we're so MLG like that. I am going to go and get some cookies right now because I am starving and I'm a fat ass like that. And if you want some cookies, by all means just come over to my place. I'll give you some milk and cookies. Maybe I'll trim your toenails or some shit like that if you want me to. I don't know if you're into that, but whatever, it's your feed, so I don't give a fuck. But anyway, guys, I will catch you guys later. I hope you enjoy your day / evening whenever you are watching this. This is Second Blank saying peace out. Later, Gators.